the new Chief Information Officer at the Department of Homeland Security, is well known to the government IT community. Karen Evans was the eGov administrator in the second term of the Bush administration and the first leader of the Office of Cybersecurity, Energy Security, and Emergency Response at the Energy Department. She's now the CIO at DHS. Karen, welcome back. Thanks for coming on. What was in motion when you took over at DHS that you wanted to continue or maybe push even harder?
Well, the things first off, Francis, thank you so much for having me. And I truly feel honored to be part of the DHS team. So this is pretty exciting. But to answer your question about what was in motion, to start in the middle of the pandemic, I started on June 1st. What was in motion is the reality of cloud first, right? Network modernization. These types of initiatives have become reality. Many CIOs behind the scenes have been working on these. The actions of my predecessors in these positions have really truly made the department to be able to go forward in this environment and to really scale those services so that the department never had to shut down. They just transitioned the way that they did the work. By being in Office 365, it is amazing the amount of work, the way that the department has moved forward, the way that the virtual connections are sustainable and scalable on the network. I mean, it is really, truly an effort, and I am proud to be here. And we are continuing that effort going forward to make sure that more applications, the data center consolidation efforts are moving forward. So when you ask what the priorities are, it's accelerating those so that we can maximize those for the workforce and the environment that they're in.
Yeah, you walked into a situation where John Zangardi and Beth Capello had been accelerating a cloud smart initiative in the first place, and so you have an opportunity, it strikes me, to really build on that platform with a colleague of partners in the CXO suite. What's that work been like so far, collaborating with Soraya Correa, Angie Bailey, Troy Edgar in the CXO suite there, Karen?
Well, I couldn't ask for a better set of lines of business owners. Our leader, our boss, as we call him, Mr. Alice, he's the Deputy Undersecretary for Management. He truly believes in teamwork and that we are working at a team to be able to provide that mission support. And it is even more critical in the environment that we have today. And so, I mean, we meet on a regular basis. As we were talking in prep for this, I told you 3 times a week, and at a minimum 3 times a week. And so there is a lot of collaboration. And I think the whole idea, you know, we always talk about partnership, collaboration. It really is alive and well here. It is fostered, it is lived. And I couldn't ask for a better set of partners. I mean, to be able to do data center consolidation, I need and have to have a partner with Soraya, and she is right there.
Another partner who's very important as you're building your cybersecurity workforce is Angie Bailey. What does that look like, and what are the skill sets that you're assessing so far you need the most of, Karen?
Well, we are working on our staffing plan, and as you know, Angie Bailey is a pretty innovative Chico. So again, another great partner. I was just talking to her before we came to talk to you. She's working on an effort, which I think you probably have heard about, which is the cyber talent management system. The way that they have put that together, I'm so excited to be able to use it. It is skills-based. It'll make us competitive with the private industry, that the people who we're attempting to recruit from out there won't have to do this translation into I'm a 2210 classification with a parenthetical. If we need network forensics analysis people, we will be able to go through the process, do the skills assessment, and get them on a career path and offer them a salary commensurate to private industry. So we're working really closely with her so that that can launch. There are some things Congress has partnered with us to give us that statutory authority to do it for the cyber workforce. So now I'm working with the teams, and we are putting together the staffing plans that we need for the future. So you're giving me a great opportunity to talk about this initiative that we are analyzing our security operations centers and our network operations centers, because what we're doing is really consolidating those so that we will have a network security operations center, a NOSC. And so what that's really going to be looking at is how do you keep operations going? And so a lot of this is leveraging what I was doing over at DOE as well. You have to keep the operations going while you're doing this analysis of what's actually happening cybersecurity wise on your network. So this puts the network operators, think of them as first responders, emergency room services, doing the triage, looking at that, keeping the operations going, but then handing it up the chain so that cybersecurity analysts can actually look at it, network analysts can look at it, and they're doing their work together so that we can then hand it off if we need to the intelligence community, to CISA, as they're looking across the federal networks as a whole, while we keep things going for the department.
We just have a minute or so left, Karen. You obviously had visibility into the enterprise at DHS as the eGov administrator, the federal CIO, basically. How is it different managing over 20-some different IT operations and trying to drive collaboration and communication there with your hand actually on the wheel rather than just kind of looking over the shoulder of the driver?
I find it very exciting, and the component CIOs, they are our partners. There's certain corporate types of services that we provide, but they have the mission-specific services. You have FEMA, who has to deal with hurricane response right now, right? They're dealing with COVID response. They have to have that reliability, and there are things that we can do for them behind the scenes. And so with the authorities, and this is, I'm kind of surprised you haven't asked for this, is it's kind of, it's fun on one level, but it's also interesting to see some of the unintended consequences of how you thought a policy was going to work. Now I have the opportunity to know this is what we intended. Now I can leverage that and build upon that and really try to move things out of the way so that the department can achieve the mission for the secretary, for the DepSec, and for the president.
Karen Evans, thanks very much for joining me. As always, I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate that you've asked me to come back. Thank you so much.